Subway job application. You will find it in your PowerSchool. Click on Job App. From the job application, this site will open up. So we'll click here. I'm just going to right click just to get a tab going. And that will bring us to our career website. And then I'm going to right click here and open a new tab so that my job application will be there as well. All right, so coming back over here to the career site. Now on this career site, it has information that I'd like for you to take a look at, and as you are filling it out, never put your social security number down on just a worksheet. But if you are turning it in eventually to Subway, you would want your actual social security number. But for our purposes, we're only using a bunch of fives. Find out your mailing address. This is where you actually get your mail from. It could be a P.O. box. It could be a Connex on the side of the road, but it has your street address. So ask your parents. Once again, you did it in BizInfo, so you should be able to have it memorized by now, or put it in your phone. Okay, another thing that you will need to do is ask for references. Now, these are two references from people that are members of your family, are not members of your family. So these are like coaches, teachers, and so forth. So you will need to talk to them about being a reference. Okay, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. On the back of the job application is an essay problem that you'll need to answer. And with the essay questions, please use the tag method. So turn the question around, basically use the question to create a really good sentence, answer the question, and then give more details. Okay, here are the addresses in case you need those. And there we go. All right, take a look at this dress code. It's kind of a funny little PowerPoint from years ago. If you want to figure out some child labor laws and see when you can actually, how many hours you can legally work, check out those child labor laws. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the application itself. So you can see that I've already downloaded it, and here it is. So remember the fives. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, dash, 1, 2, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 3 fives, 2 fives, and 4 fives. All right, so this is just general information. So you just fill it out completely. You can see that these are active cells, so you can put all that information in there. Hours, this would be, maybe you're available from, 4 to 7. Okay, so that's how you fill that out. You're able to work a 10 to 7. Now, you don't want to work more than 8 hours because that would be overtime. During the weekdays, you can work 4 to 7 because of school requirements, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so now, even though this might calculate to more than 40 hours a week, that is fine because you are just giving the employer options on the hours that you are available to work, and then they will fit you into the schedule and make sure that you do not go over the full time, which is 40 hours a week. Because if you do, then you get paid more. All right, school most recently attended. Now, this one's kind of difficult, and we understand. Employment. Now, most of you are just going to be able to type N-O-N, okay? And then down here for this company as well, None. Okay, there we go. None. And it is fine to have that. You can leave everything else blank. Don't put a giant X if you're filling it out with pen. But just, just put none. Now, if you have worked for a job, let's say your parents own a restaurant and you work for the restaurant, that's fine. You can put that information in. Let's say that you maybe had, maybe you were a paper boy or a paper girl and you threw the Clarion every morning at, 5 in the morning. That is a job where taxes have been taken out. Those are the kinds of jobs that you put here. Okay. Now, if you were helped with the set netting, and that could show some responsibility, but this is not where you put babysitting. This is not where you put yard work. Okay. And now here comes the references. Most important thing with references, it cannot be a family member. Okay. And it cannot be your best buddy who is 16 years old. Okay. Can't be. It has to be an adult, someone who knows your qualities and will be able to answer if they are ever called. Okay. Now, key with a reference is to talk to that reference before you write their name down so that they know that it is coming. Okay. The reference is somebody will be calling and they will be able to answer the phone and give a good answer, good response. Okay. Now, I have been just called out of the blue, and the employer asked me or said a name, and I know, like, I've been teaching for 30 years. So do you think I know a lot of names? I have a lot of names in my head, but to put a name to a face, it's difficult. So that's why you call the person first. And then when they can recognize the name and go, oh, yeah, of course I remember you. Of course, put my name down for a really good reference. You know what I mean? So it's just kindness. You need to talk to the person before you put their name down. Okay, make sure you read the instructions here. Now, for our purposes, because we're quarantined, we will not be able to print this out. We cannot get into this little section here unless you know some Photoshop. But you can put the answers in this spot right here. Okay, here comes the tag method. In part 2 right here, you're going to use complete sentences with examples. So you're going to turn the question around a little bit and that will help you create the good answer that you need. Make sure you put yes or no right here, read the paragraph, and then you won't be able to sign it because it's not an active link, but for our purposes, that's okay. All right, finally, you'll get the screen here. You will be able to download it. Looks like it's downloading. It went straight to my pictures. Don't know why, but for us, we're going to type our last name _ first name _ Subway. Okay, and then you will save this. Okay, and most likely it will be saved into your downloads, but it might have looked like it was going into my pictures folder. So I always just go show in folder, and then that way I will know exactly where it is. Okay, so for today, this is in my pictures, and I'm going to go up here to view, and I'm going to go details. And then I'm going to click the date here, and then that will put it at the top so I can stick it in my email real quick. Okay, so that's what you are going to be doing. Okay, so once you have it downloaded, you're going to send me an email. And so there we go, Shelley Church. And just put job application. Okay, I'm going to come over here to the attachment and church. There we go. Now I'm going to try it in Gmail and let's see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my Gmail and come over here to compose. Okay, we get this little spot right here. The subject is job application. And Shelley Church. There we go. Okay, now we're going to attach it. Okay. So let's try this again. There we go. Attached. All right. Once again, I'm going to put it in details. There it is right here. Okay. You can see this little shark's tooth right here. That indicates that it is filing things by the date. I always click this so it appears at the top so I don't have to go search for it. I click open. And there we go. All right, so as it downloads, what you're going to do is write a short little cover letter. So as you create the email, you want to go ahead and focus on just a little short little cover letter for your application. My application's right here. You know, just Dear Miss Church. You want to be very professional. You want to treat it like the business letter that you worked on in BizInfo. So mention why you are interested in the job, explain why you are excited to be applying, and why you would be a good employee, and thank me for my time, and leave your contact information. Okay, so these are the professional type of emails that I should be receiving from you for this assignment.